TnC probably looking to be the favourites just based off their group standings right now. And well, in terms of draft, it's hard to know who is ahead. So even with that Spectre up against the Terrorblade, it can be a pretty hard matchup. As long as the Metamorphs is up and ready to go. But we'll see what either team can get done moving into this. Of course, how could we forget Bebby on the Undying is also with us once again. Very happy to see the coach in, playing with the team.
Prepare for battle.
That they do. They'd love to get started with an early first blood if they could get it. Gonna run straight into Tim's. Debbie, that's a nice decay. 12 strength straight off the bat. I'm like, okay, maybe we shouldn't go into these guys anymore. But it's a bit too good of a start for Febby with that 1 3-man decay he just got. Yeah, they're just gonna back off. No point in trying to pursue this, and props to TnC. They seem to be somewhat aware that this was gonna happen. They did stand back and not be able to get anything on the side of Team Dom.
The battle begins.
Warning. Warning in your dream, and then in your dream says blonde. Interesting. That's your first and final warning in your dream. Don't ever talk to Armel like that again. Armel not very happy today. We'll see what they can get done here. Abed going to be up against Armel in that mid lane. So the Puck versus the Void Spirit matchup should be fairly even, but it's hard to know who will come out ahead in this 1v1 in the mid lane. Could be quite explosive though. You can definitely imagine either hero kind of dying to the other, especially if we do see any kind of support rotation coming in. Gabby should be pretty fine here. I think up until you get a few more levels on Ice Ice Ice, the Blood Right, while it is quite painful at level 1, not going to be too scary for the Spectre. Of course, Bebby, that level 2 mark, once he does have the Soul Rip up, it'll be even harder to try and kill off the Spectre. Bebby going to go for a nice stat on that small camp. Meanwhile, Paulson, however, does get the large camp pull, but they are trying to pull the creep wave away. Gabby going to be forced to farm with the creep wave and that large camp. Paulson not allowing them to just pull this away, but he does leave the large camp on its own, basically. Well, Gabby going to actually lose a courier now into the Blood Right and the Split Earth. He does not get that large creep either. Gabby just lost everything up at that top lane. Be okay, I think. Bebby was just holding on to the Soul Rip for the right moment. They will probably just salve Gabby up when they do get a chance. But the problem is they don't have a salve. I think Bebby might bring one out now, and yeah, he is, but it's going to be a bit of time where Gabby doesn't really feel safe to be able to farm up, so they do eventually just give him the Soul Rip. When you got the blood right, you know Gabby can't run out of that circle before the blood right pops, so Ice abusing it perfectly so far. Of course, we should have a look at that one lane we haven't looked at yet, the bot lane, where In Your Dream is going to be on the Terror Blade. We'll have Arthur around on the Ogre, be up against KP on that Slimer, and Tim's, of course, on the Mirana. A devastating lane here for TnC, especially assuming they can land the crush into the arrow. Could mean some easy kills for them, but for now, looks like Tim's and Arthur are going to leave the lane and try to secure those 4-minute power runes, which are going to be quite important for both these mid laners. And it is going to be up top where Abed is going to be able to go and bottle it on up. Now that is going to be very, very nice here for Abed on that Void Spirit.
Don't mind me.
No, not quite yet. KP not really able to apply as much pressure as he would like up against his TB. Trying to get the bashes in, but of course In Your Dream with that extremely high base armor is not going to be that effective by these bashes from KP. Not quite yet anyway, but so KP is starting to call them on. Top lane, they are going to have a go at Febby and Gabby with the double stun out from Paulison. Ice drops the Blood Right as well. TnC will avoid that. Top lane will not have any kills going, however bot lane is where it happens. In Your Dream pops the meta and is able to turn back around onto the Slaughter. Eventually does end up getting the kill. Paulison, top lane as well going down. Tim's. He made the rotation on the Mirana and does end up getting the kill onto the support left track. However, Ice trying to go after Febby, but Febby did already TP away and the Blood Right was never going to make it there in time. Armel now going to be in trouble. Pops the Dream Coil. Abed cannot reach for another hit. Does have another Astral Step in a moment, but he is not going to get there in time. He takes so many tower hits on the way out.
It's under attack.
It's going to be okay, but Tim's was hunting for an arrow opportunity. Fortunately for Tim's, however, arrow was on cooldown at the time.
Radiant
Did not try for it. Instead, he's going to go for the siege creep and does manage to get that. Abed trying to be very aggressive with that double damage room, but while that's happening, Gabby ends up dropping very low on the Spectre. Ice again getting very aggressive with these Blood Rights. Couldn't quite finish off the kill.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Gabby's trying to rush that Blade Bell and still doesn't have the boots up, so he can't actually move out of the Blood Right if it is placed perfectly. Now Paulson trying to go for the kill, but will miss out as Gabby did just TP straight off the bat. Febby will take over this top lane instead, but now he's just going to be ruptured up immediately by Ice. He's trying to run and buy some time, and it looks like he might actually get away with this. Does soul rip up, Febby, still sitting around, but now the horde does come in from Gabby to try and help out. Ice, getting very, very low, and might just drop here to Gabby, and does. He'll leave a Blood Right behind. Paulison, he got greedy trying to go in for that kill, and will also die along with his Bloodseeker. Playing around here with Abed. Doesn't want to commit the Dream Coil if he doesn't have to, but he did get the Invis rune. lane, just rotating into the jungle now, just wanting to farm up on this TB. Gabby, I imagine, will do a very similar thing in just a moment once he does have the full blade mail up. Looks like he was kind of forced into going for those casual brown boots. That blood right from Ice was getting kind of infuriating as time went on. I think Gabby just didn't want to risk having to take those any longer, but he might have to just take a rough shot. Goes for the TP play. There's no stun to stop the TP. Gabby, quick thinking there, will be able to get himself out, but now in your dream, does rotate up towards the top lane of the Terror Blade and should be able to get the T1 tower very easily.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Will, Tim's, gonna take a blood right, trying to leap out, but doesn't quite get there. They're going to move into that mid lane now, where Paulson has gotten started with the Diabolic Edict and was just hiding behind the tree lines, so the tower couldn't even attack him. Now Ice after the glyph will come in, along with Abed and after, and that T1 tower, not going to last very long, will also go down. Some great objective taking here from Team Dogs thus far. TnC, the best they could ask for is they will go after the bot T1, but that's pretty much it.
Death tax.
A prize.
Coin of the realm.
Absolutely. Oh. Very slow kind of period here in this game. It's only 2 to 3 now. It's kind of what you expected from these drafts though, right? Both teams will be much more focused in on trying to get some farm up rather than being very aggressive with their for these kind of team fights. You are kind of expecting a down period for maybe the next 5 minutes before you see much more kind of fighting going on between these two. But as I say that, TnC have now grouped up as 4 up that top lane. They want to start making these rotations out, giving Gabby the space and time to be able to get his own farm up. They'll move into the Radiant Triangle, where In Your Dream and Arfu are hanging out, and of course they just want In Your Dream. They just smoked away, now they're going to come back in. Dreamclaw going to miss completely from Armel, and now Abed jumps in on the pump. We'll get one, moving back into the back lines after KP, who's been eruption up. He will walk away a little bit, but he is pretty screwed here. In fact, maybe not, he's on the river now. Dodges out the 8th Remnant, but they have to split up, and they will be able to get him.
To live with the void inside.
Mel, be very careful about missing those dream coils as they do really rely on that lockdown. Bevy, and get spotted out. Ice will be there with the follow-up blood right, and Bevy should eventually die, and will.
Has been killed.
Now they just want to try and take control of this Dire Triangle, and that's exactly what they'll do. TnC, it looks like they are just going to have to play the kind of a void game for now. I suppose things are rather dangerous for them. want to risk sticking around longer than they have to.
Radiant are scanning.
Clearly they're going to move in now, KP. Still doesn't have that blink initiation, but it won't matter too much. They go into R2. He's just trying to run away from the situation for now as eyesight sights. Into one of Atos and Abed. Jumps into the big resonant holes. They go after the slider. That'll be KP going down. Flesh Golem will be eventually popped as Femi. Gets a very nice decay off. But they are just focusing down that tombstone, and afterwards they could go after the Undying. TnC looks like they aren't too interested in sticking around any further. They're just going to have to back off after losing their slider.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, he's been running Atos stuff. This is a very dangerous period here for Tim. He's going to be okay. Mike. Being dodged. Maintain his 2k net worth advantage, and top lane, Paulson trying to go onto Armel, but he is completely on his own. Gabby going to be there to back Armel up with his Dream Throw being thrown out. KB even coming in. Now Eyesight Sights and Armor going to show up and try and go after KB, but he has his whole team behind him. So they aren't really going to be able to initiate, or maybe RP seems to believe they can. Blood Right again, does go on to 2. KB's got a front line onto In Your Dream, but they only have the damage. Now Abed going to just jump in, take down the slider, back into the backline for a go after Gabby, but Gabby will walk back in, onto In Your Dream, can't get the kill on the Terrorblade as he walks around, not allowing him to find the right one, and now Eyesight Sights forced to back off.
Has been killed.
Abed even losing his courier there. Blood Right, it's going to be thrown out once again, but it won't catch anyone out. And TnC, I mean, it looked like a really bad start to that team fight, but they do end up getting a 3-for-1 trade. Playing with fire here, he's been ruptured up by Eyesight Sights, and Ice does get the rupture off. With the thirst, he should have no problems killing off this Mirana. It's going to be another nice kill here for our Bloodseeker. So KB and Armel, however, want to try and get some vengeance as they do move up towards the top lane with the tail end of that Moonlight Shadow, and now the Dream Coil will be expended. Eyesight Sights looks like he may have accepted the fact that he is going to die. Armel will go ahead and pick up the kill on the pump. They do.
Radiant's middle
They
tower
can't get
is
done.
under attack.
They're just trying to rush for the Aghanim Scepter. That'll be very effective for him and his team. Still. No. That low cooldown Dream Coil will be able to fight again very, very soon. He's trying to have a go. In Your Dream. Rather, Ice unable to get a rupture off there. And see, in a very passive game, just kind of waiting it out, waiting for that right moment.
Invisibility!
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's courier has been killed.
Teams just kind of walking around each other right now. Not engaging yet. Might run into Febby.
Radiant are
Get some deep
scanning.
wards down. They do scout him out. But right, not going to connect, of course. But they'll know a ward's up there on the cliff now. And Arfu immediately will get rid of it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Don't need a
attack.
smoke up straight off the bat.
Shadows take us.
Moonlight Shadow has been popped, however, and Tim's does break the smoke, and they cannot see it.
Radiant's bottom
Very
tower
nice timing
is
there
under
from
attack.
Tim's. Falling down Ice. Actually, will back off, and there's been another smoke wasted here. TnC, they're just trying to buy time for Gabby. They're not really stressed out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Selfish.
A prize!
We'll try and hide in the tree line and we'll BKB up and just survive for now. They do move in with the TPs. Armel looking for a big dream call, but won't throw it out. Your dream moving back up towards that tier 2 tower. Not looking to stop anytime soon. Well, towards the south, it looks like they have ended up finding out Bevy, and Bevy, we're gonna die, Abed. Able to pick up a nice pick off for himself. They are indeed gonna get that tier 2 tower without really much contention here from TnC. Looks like TnC are kind of just stuck waiting again for Gabby. But they do smoke up, so maybe it's about that time to go. They may believe the Roshan's happening right now, but that is not the case.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dream Coil, Abed's going to be caught out with disaster as well. He cannot dissimulate, but he gets the ult off in time. Dissimulate, not going to be there. They have the arrow, but now he will get it, and will actually be able to actually step away. They did not get the kill they wanted. Abed, oh no they did. Armel did find him TPing in the back lines. Very nice play there from Armel, and now the horn comes in. What are they going for, however? Looks like it'll be Arfu they target. He is the easiest one to go for, and they do manage to pick him up. To dagger forward, they want Paulson. Rupture there on Gabby, trying to slow him down, but Armel will find Paulson on the left track. And TnC, they find 3 big pickups, and that'll be enough. They will get out.
Roshan has fallen to the
Well,
dark.
they kind of are. It looks like the side of Team Dog don't make it in time. They do give up the tombstone, but that's going to be it. Or maybe they give up Gabby. Gabby's been left behind here. Whether it's going to come out with a fire blast from Gabby. He's still surviving. The green coil will be there to just hold them back. Gabby's gonna be alright. He does get away with the Aegis intact. Fu gonna be targeted, but KB is the one to go down, and so does Fabby. I'm still chasing. The Eunice is gonna be there on the Tims now, and well, this is a very expensive
Radiant's middle
Aegis.
tower is under attack.
Tims should also die, but they don't have another astral step. Meanwhile, Ice diving into Gabby with the Rupture of Blood Rite is unable to kill the Spectre, but they do end up getting Tims.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Carmel. Gonna go on to Arfu. Arfu doesn't really have any way out of this, so he's definitely just gonna die. Carmel sitting at 6-1 and 2 now on the park. Very, very good. It is going to get very, very scary though once Abed does have this Aghanim Scepter. That AoE silence is just so devastating in the middle of the team fights. And apart from Gabby, they haven't really been struggling with everyone else on the side of TnC.
The twins.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Yes.
under attack.
Ends up dying up the top lane. It's like Abed once again does end up catching out the Marana. And he's 30 gold away from the axe now. He'll be able to just pick it up very, very easily anytime. We'll go for it now. Gabby, mid lane is farming up. Should be fairly fine unless the blood rite does come in and Arfu gets a fire blast off. Ate the remnant there with the dissimulate, but Abed not going to stick around to finish off the kill. Gabby still has the Aegis and is still a bit of a tanky boy. Keep going. Mel Rainfall is going to be out now with the horn coming in from Gabby, and looks like they are going to be able to finish off Arfu. With that, Ice also goes down. Gabby moving for more. Abed trying to run. Should be okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nice setup there from Armel on the path.
Radiant structures
Help
are
ensure they
fortified.
get a couple of kills for their trouble. In fact, they're going for more now. Tims love to go after Paulson, get the Yules off, but he's going to die for his trouble. And now even Armel getting very, very low. Gabby's going to try and fight this one out. After Paulson, Armel could not get himself out in your dream. Finishes off the kill. Now looking to fight back up against KB and Gabby. He's just going to clean up here for In Your Dream, and In Your Dream will get an ultra kill. Gabby will respawn up. He'll be the rampage if they can kill him, but it looks like Gabby might be a little bit too tanky. They're still going to give this a shot. Gabby getting low now. He's going to try and fight back up against In Your Dream, but a rampage will be there for In Your Dream. He does manage to get it on the Terrorblade. And what a shame for TnC. They got 2 easy kills. They wanted to go up the high ground and get more, and unfortunately they just paid for it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Mid lane, Abed getting started to get onto KP, but he's going to be able to just walk away.
Dire's middle tower
So
is under
TnC
attack.
now definitely on the back foot this game. Definitely not great considering how their game was started.
Dire's middle tower.
It's kind of what we
has
talked
fallen.
about in the draft phase though. This Spectre generally doesn't really enjoy going up against the Terror Blade, and so overall the whole side of Team Dog has been quite effective in the way they've been playing this game. You can try to just hope and work towards more farm on Gabby. It's kind of like how much more is going to help though up against the In Your Dream Terror Blade. They do. Get up in 2 seconds. Abed has made the jump in onto Armel with the time from one of ASOS. Armel going to get blown up, but the rest of TnC have jumped in. They'll go after Arfu. TnC trying to get away. He will die to In Your Dream, and they will just keep moving forward. Gabby's forced to back off. The one saving grace is that Tombstone will make it so they can't chase any further. Or maybe they can. Abed, he's going in by himself. He's been used up, however, and the arrow will land from TnC. Now they can just go high ground though. No buybacks on either of those cores that didn't go down.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Don't forget the battle of getting some top shot. A lot of tower damage, and oh boy, Bevy is going to die. Paulson with the Aghanim Scepter upgrade. He's going to be able to take him out. Now that top rack's going to go down as well. In Your Dream's taking care of it. And, well, they're not going to be able to find the final lane of racks, but they've got a huge net worth lead, and 2 racks is up. They are very close to taking out this game number 1. Gabby will give the tip over to Abed, but I'm not sure Gabby's in a position for this kind of stuff right now. Must be still feeling a little bit confident, but it's looking very, very dark for TnC this game 1. The longer it goes on as well, the more farm the side of Team Dog is finding. It's hard to see how you come back. Like, you've still got this powerhouse in the Spectre. Even the puck is pretty darn great, but that Terror Blade just kind of, it's looking unstoppable now, and of course Abed has not made it easy to get through to the backlines where you can find this TV.
Shadows take us.
Why the hell not? TnC, they take the outpost back, but that's probably just going to be taken back by Arthur. Does grab it. Arrow, nice block there with the In Your Dream illusion with KB. That blink in, the Cox is starting out. Now Armel does not get the Dream call off in time. He will now, but it looks like maybe they can take this team fight Arthur. He'll be the first one to die. Gabby in the back, fighting. Carlson going to go down onto In Your Dream. He will also die. It's looking great for TnC so far. Abed going back in. Oh, he found the Spectre. Gabby. Get a bit too low there. Your Dream gonna be happy with that pick off. They still do get quite a few buybacks out, so it's not all bad for TnC. But that's Gabby without a buyback.
It fills me with happiness.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Immortality.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, Armel might pay for the stalling tactic. Be able to blink away, has another orb, will actually pop the Dream Coil. Abed just keeps rushing forward with these spider legs. Another astral step, but I believe it is too late. Armel is going to be just fine. Ice. Tim's in danger. Almost dies. Still ruptured up as well, but he is on his high ground and he's going to be able to survive.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, they certainly need all the vision they can get. I mean, that's for sure.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Whatever gives them the advantage, TnC, they'll take it. Still not out of this game yet, that's for sure. It's gotten to the point where Gabby wants to work on an MKB on the Spectre, just to be able to go through the butterfly of In Your Dream. Of course, it is going to be important. You start to kind of wonder if whether he's just better off with the Divine, but they do jump in. Bot lane, Colson can be targeted first and does drop onto R2. They will get another. Gabby, looking for more. Does spot out Ice. Ice gonna try and run away, but KP is gonna be there with the Sunstall. In Your Dream now pops the banner. Gabby's getting very, very low. They got Ice, but they've lost their Spectre again. He can buy back. Abed meanwhile in a spot of danger, but there goes Febby. The damage In Your Dream is dealing is just way too high. Mel, you're alright for now, but Abed is slowly but surely chasing him down. No, we'll just go for the TP play out and we'll make it. So, not a bad team fight per se, but you did still lose a Spectre.
Bounty.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
He does. Very, very hard to defend this if you are TnC. Gabby, of course, does not want to commit the buyback, but he might have to as Abed has jumped in once again onto Armel. Silences him up. They won't have enough to finish him off. There's your buyback, Gabby. He just has to commit it. Even though he was 10 seconds away, they do kill off Abed on the Void Spirit. Now onto In Your Dream. He needs to try and run, but he cannot. He's a very, very slow Terrorblade as KP goes into the backlines on the Paulson. No, is there to clean him up? In Your Dream still trying to survive. Gets a sun drop onto Gabby. Gabby will back off for now. In Your Dream, just waiting for the right moment. Does go back in after Febby kills off the Undying. They just don't want to get close to this Terrorblade. Even without the meta, he deals a lot of damage out. Instead, they'll go after Arfu. Arfu will eventually die. In Your Dream, trying for the TB. Tims does get the Yules off just in the nick of time. Now with the arrow out, they can deal with In Your Dream as he's by himself. The Soaring dishing out so much damage. In Your Dream with the Satanic surviving, gets KP down. He will not die. Still holding on to that Aegis. TnC, they look unsure about this. Do we stick around? Do we back off? Looks like they are going to opt to back out of there.
Has fallen.
Ice looking to go back in. Rod of Atos is going to be there on Bebby. They want the dieback. With Bebby, he cannot sustain the damage up from In Your Dream. There'll be a dieback on the Undying.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Jeez.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Yeah, well, In Your Dream, he has a metal backup as well. They will go back for the bot rats. He gets it, and now I guarantee In Your Dream's thinking about that Ancient.
The Radiant now.
He's gone for it. He doesn't feel like he can be stopped. Gabby gonna launch in, back to the back. Paulson gonna die again. Gabby going for another now. On to Ice. The Bloodseeker will also go down. But In Your Dream is still the big problem. Gabby will not die quite yet. He'll survive on 200 HP, but how do you stop him from going after the Ancient? He's just hitting the buildings, and they can't actually do anything about it. Tim will lead the way, but Arnold will not be so lucky. In Your Dream, looks like he will be able to finish it off, and the GG has been called.